Well, I'm going to try and lift the pages from Mr. Duncan's remarks. That was incredible advice there that you provided, and I am going to try and walk out with those few pages. I don't have a dog story. I will say that to start with. I do have a little bit of a butterfly and a bee story, but no dogs. Good evening, and thanks very much. It's an honor to receive this award on behalf of our company, and the business that got our family started here in Montgomery County, which was Bell Flowers. My brother, Dale, and his wife, Margaret, are with us tonight, and really appreciate them being here. First, I'd like to thank the sponsors, the universities at Shady Grove and Lindsay Goldberg, as well as the County Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank my wife, Sonia, who's with me tonight, as she, as most partners in marriages, puts up with a lot when it comes to work outside of the home. Our roots run deep in Montgomery County. Our families were all born and raised here, and the predecessor business to Bell Nursery started with my grandparents' greenhouses behind their home on Piney Branch Road about 100 years ago. My partner, Mike McCarthy, and I had the opportunity to purchase the business that we run in the early 90s from my parents, the greenhouse that they started in Burtonsville. We've been able to grow to the point that we're now Home Depot's largest supplier of live goods in the country, with somewhere over 6 million square feet of greenhouses. I was thinking about that the other day, and from my start at Sherwood High School, where I really got interested in horticulture and being able to make money from a plant, a spider plant specifically, it's really been a pretty amazing journey. Innovation, quality, service, and value are the things that we talk about internally and have really driven our success. We work closely with Home Depot. We were part of a team that invented what they call vendor-managed inventory, which has now been adopted across the country starting about 15 years ago. It's known as pay-by-scan. To most in our world, it can be a challenge or it can be a blessing. For us, it's really a blessing in that it allows us to manage what goes into the Home Depot stores. What it's done for us is given us real-time access to data. We are very close to Home Depot's customers because of how we staff the stores with our purple shirt teams. And it really helps us make the next right decisions. We don't get paid until the product goes through the register. So if you go into a Home Depot store and you see lots of carts of plants and they don't look like they're well cared for, that's a problem for us. Our people are there to care for those plants. By doing the next right thing, one of the things it's led us to is really to learning more about what's going on with the honeybee population. A lot of us have heard about bees and the decline based on various reasons, one of which is a class of chemicals known as neonicotinoids, or whether it's experimenting with new varieties. In the past 3 years, proud to say that we eliminated the use of neonics in our business. We're probably one of the first major growers in the country to do that. And I will tell you that we've eliminated that class for pollinator health, but frankly, the science is still out on the topic. We want it to be what I call progressive conservative, or conservative progressive, depending on which side of the aisle you might be on, but work together really as the scientists continue to sort out the information and the data. EPA will come out in the relative near future with findings, and we will know then whether or not that particular class of chemicals needs to go away and stay away, or whether it may come back in a rotation of some sort. But I'm proud to say our company for the last 3 years has been neonic-free. Home Depot has paid attention to that. Other growers around the country have paid attention to it and are making changes based on data that we've been able to provide from our large-scale experiment. Nearly 100 million plants is accurate, and it is a large-scale experiment. But it's working so far. The key to success in our business has been our people. The culture drives an act like you own it mentality, which started with my father, and it really is driven through our entire family. Whether you talk to a purple shirt person in the store that's working out there, or you talk with folks in our greenhouses, our employees get it. We've been very focused on sustainable practices in the past number of years, recycling millions of pounds of plastics and cardboard, converting our Burtonsville and Elkridge facilities entirely to wind power, which I still don't quite understand, but Cole is here and he gets it, so that's what's important. But I do know it's the right thing to do from an environmental perspective. We received what's called a Veriflora certification. We're one of very few companies in our industry that have received that Veriflora certification, and that speaks to sustainability and our practices, our environmental practices, so I'm very proud of that. This will clearly be part of our evolving culture. The plant quality, the work we put into the plants in the greenhouses, very, very proud of that. Really proud, as I mentioned earlier, Cole is here, but it's my brother Dale's oldest son, who grew up with the flower store in his blood and has translocated that into the nursery business, where he plans all of the products that we produce today. He and a teammate basically do all of our planning, and Cole has taken a huge interest in the environmental impact of our business. Thanks to a call a year ago, so here's the butterfly story. I'll be brief. First of all, normally when we give out plants at an event like this, or we put plants on tables and we love them to be taken home with people, they're really pretty flowering plants. Really pretty flowering plants. So Barbara Ash called a year ago, called my brother, and asked what we were doing for the monarch butterflies, because she knew, she had heard through work with her husband, that the monarch butterflies are in jeopardy because of impact on their environment, their breeding environment and their food source environment. So it turns out the monarch butterflies will only breed and reproduce where milkweed is present. Now, I remember growing up picking milkweed, a lot of it, out of the garden, and disposing of it. Well, that's happened across the country. It's happened as concrete has expanded. It's happened in a number of ways, but the monarch butterflies are in jeopardy because there's not enough milkweed. So Barbara suggested to Dale that we try and grow some milkweed. We've been working on native plants in some experimental ways to figure out whether we could make them commercially available through the Home Depot stores. And milkweed seemed like a logical thing to give it to try. So I'm telling you in advance, the plants that we have that we're asking you that we're giving away tonight, I'm going to be watching if there's 400 out of 600 left. I know we got a bad thing going on, so I really do hope everybody will take home a milkweed with them. But I'm proud of the fact that we are experimenting with them. We're growing them on the eastern shore of Maryland. We're growing them in a North Carolina facility. About 10,000 this first year. It's an experiment. It's a trial, but it's a lot larger trial than we do with some other things. They will be in Montgomery County stores starting this weekend, probably through June, in small numbers. But we hope that you'll take them home and plant them, and doing so, you will definitely be helping the monarch butterfly population. Thank you. I'd like to finish up. We believe strongly that doing good leads to doing well. A lot of us have heard that. That inspires us literally every day. And I'd like to finish by thanking, first, the comments that preceded me. Again, I really am going to take those pages and really pay good attention to what you said. I also like to thank Secretary Gill for being here and Governor Hogan for their, what I believe is truly a bipartisan approach to improving our environment here, business environment here in Maryland and Montgomery County, of course. Thank you.